One.
Natasha, this is such a great series. It's intense, it's sweet, it's got a lot of heart, but it's a wonderful medical drama at the same time. Was there something about the show or about your character, Haley, that really made you want to be a part of the series?
Yeah, I mean, I loved the adventure side of it. It's not your typical medical drama. It's fun and it's adventurous, and we had a ton of really beautiful shoots on some gorgeous locations in Manitoba. So I really liked, yeah, like I said, just the adventurous side of it and how it was really hands-on and felt like we were actually in the elements. Um, and the weather is obviously like you battle all of the elements when you're in the north as a first responder. So it felt like when we were actually there filming, it felt like we were actually a part of it, and we were all freezing our butts off, and it just really added to the experience. So I knew, reading the script and sort of the whole premise of the show, it was going to be very gripping, and like we were all going to be out in the elements. So it was very fun, and I think that's what my favorite part about it was.
How was Haley originally described to you?
She was described as strong and smart, and she's running from her past, and she sort of signed up for Skymed in hopes of escaping her life back in the city and some of her demons, which throughout the show and throughout the season, you'll sort of, those will unravel, and you'll figure out a little bit more about her and why she decided that she wanted to, throw herself in the Skymed world in the remote north, in the middle of nowhere. So kind of unraveling that as the season went on, and discovering new things as each script came out, and chatting with Julie Puckrin, our showrunner, was a really fun experience and journey for me, and I really loved building her character as I discovered more too, right?
Were you familiar with any of your co-stars? Had you worked with any of them before?
No, I hadn't worked with any of my co-stars actually. A few of them are Ace and Morgan and Praneet and Keon actually are all from Vancouver. But we had never crossed paths or anything. So when we all met, we were so excited that we got to hang out and didn't have to say goodbye forever when we finished the show, because we can all hang out in Vancouver. And then for the few others who live in Toronto, we still keep in touch, and we have a Skymed group chat, and we talk all the time. And we got really close during filming, so it's very nice to share this experience with the Skymed family.
What kind of advice, or maybe what did Julie impress upon you about the team itself, about how you had to be a unit?
Yeah, well, I think what's so unique and special about this show is not only are we saving lives and sort of like living in the elements and working together, through immense teamwork, but then we also all come home and live in the crew house together. So I think what was really stressed, it was the importance of teamwork and bonding and family. And so when we all first met, we did medical training, and the pilots did pilot training. But then we really just bonded, and we hung out all the time, and we went for dinners, and we had movie nights and game nights. And we were actually all living out, oh, I'm so sorry. We were actually all living in the same apartment building. And so we kind of all joke that it was our dorm type like experience, because we would all just leave our doors unlocked and hop into each other's places. And so we really truly became so close and became such a family. And I think that's really going to translate on screen when you watch the show.
There is a physicality aspect of this too, because you guys have to be in great shape in order to save lives in these different types of intense situations. What kind of training did they put you through in order to do SkyMed?
Yeah, I mean, we actually had a lot of fun because we were all living in the same building. We would do SkyMed squad group sessions at the gym, which was quite hilarious and honestly so much fun. We had such a hoot. But yeah, we would like text in our group and be like, okay, gym, and however, and then we'd all just like mob the gym. And there was, some girls would be doing like dance, like Zumba classes in the yoga room, and then the guys would be doing their own thing, and it was very fun. But as far as, so that's kind of how we all kept ourselves in shape. And then another moment that stands out is on set we had a day where we were like all on the beach having a water fight, and we were all in our bikinis and bathing suits and stuff like that. And so the guys brought equipment, and they were doing like arm pumps before the scene, and like we were using bands and stuff. So we all kind of took it upon ourselves to stay in shape. But as far as training goes, we had medical training, the pilots had pilot training. We actually got to go up flying in a real plane, and the pilots or the people who were playing pilots got to, you know, watch what they were doing and sort of learn. And yeah, it was, oh, we also had ATV training, which was really fun. I think we can all agree that was one of our favorite days.
Well, one of my favorite episodes is number 6, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. What were some of your favorite episodes you got to film?
Ooh, good question. Oh my goodness. That was a very fun episode. That was, yeah, we we all had a lot of fun filming that one. I know me and Morgan, and Rebecca, there was multiple times where we would like laugh during takes because it was so ridiculous, and we were all having so much fun and genuinely just being ourselves. Like I remember there was one scene where we were all dancing in the background, and we were just cracking up. We weren't even acting at that point. So yes, that was a very fun episode. I also really loved, one of the standouts for me filming was in one of the early on episodes. We were all, or there was a few of us in a boat, and we were like zooming on this like speedboat on this lake, and it was right at the beginning of filming, so it all still felt very surreal. And the sun was setting, and it was so beautiful, and there was a drone that was like following along with the speedboat and sort of circling around us and catching all of these cool shots, and it just felt so surreal and so beautiful. And it was one of those moments in my career that I will remember forever. It was very beautiful.
There is an intensity to the show because you guys are in a medical drama. How did you all shake off a long day of having those huge adrenaline rushes?
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, we were all so tired, like most days at the end of the days. But when maybe if it was a Friday or a couple of us weren't filming the next day, we would, you know, go back to the hotel or not the hotel, the apartments, and hang out and watch a movie. And games nights were a big theme. We always had games nights, and we just all really truly got along. And so just going back to one of our places and just like hanging out and talking about the day and unwinding and maybe having a glass of wine was kind of what we really enjoyed doing. So it was very fun.
What do you think it is about Skymed that's just going to make it such a fast fan favorite medical drama? I think it's got everything that we talked about so far, though, from my opinion, the intensity, the heart, the drama, but you know, there's still so much fascination with medical dramas these days. What is it about this particular series that you think is just going to make it must see TV?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the attraction to medical dramas is the high stakes element. I mean, it's life or death. So I think that's a really exciting element. But then you throw airplanes into the mix with our show, and you throw this world and these really beautiful characters that are truly characters. Like they are all such individual people that work together so well, but each of us have our own quirks, and it's charming and it's funny, and we all love each other. And so I think what people are really gonna love about Skymed and what sets it apart from other medical dramas is the characters, but also just the world that Julie has created. It is so fun and so attractive, and like I really do think audiences are going to want to be in that world that we've created. And I think that's one of my favorite things about watching TV shows that are shot on locations and in beautiful places, because it's like, oh, I want to go there. Like, I want to live in that crew house. It's just so gorgeous. So I think that's and it's so fun, and it's so adventurous, and it's dangerous. And there's airplanes and snowmobiles and ATVs. And I think it's really fun and really different from anything out there right now.